Good morning, welcome to the English class. Today we are going to learn a very interesting poem, Unit-4, Poem-4, Ulysses, which is written by Alfred Tennyson. Before we could enter poem, I would like to share with you a small story. I hope you like the story. Let me begin. One day, a frog and a scorpion met on the bank of a river. It's too treacherous to cross. A scorpion which cannot swim. So, scorpion nicely asked the frog to carry him on its back. First of all, a frog refused to him to carry on his back because the frog afraid of being stung by the scorpion. This made the frog little suspicious. But the scorpion argued if he did so, it would drown. Then frog agreed. Both of them got off away, crossed the stream. And the scorpion stung the frog in the middle of the frog's back. The frog cried with pain and asked scorpion why. The frog replied that it was his nature. Yes. From this, what we learn, the central point of the story is we should always aware of the true nature of those who surround us. Not only insect and animals, but also human being. Is it clear? Shall we move on to the poem? Gist of the poem I would like to share with you. You follow me by taking up notes. It's very helpful for you. Prepare the exam. Ulysses is Latin name, but in Greek, Odysseus. Ulysses is the king of Ithaca, husband of Penelope, father of Telemachus. Ulysses is a great adventure. Ulysses is not satisfied with the kind of ideal life after return from the Trojan War. He believed that no one to end to his desire for new experiences and knowledge. Despite his little time left on earth, he left that he must strive to gain more experiences and more knowledge. Ulysses' poem is a dramatic monologue. Do you know what's the meaning of dramatic monologue? Dialogue, you know, because dialogue means it's in a conversation between two persons. That is in a dialogue. But monologue, speaker alone to talk others. Listener is listening, never to reply. So that one is called monologue. Is it clear? So here, Ulysses was the king of Ithaca to give a speech to the others. Is it clear? So, and then it has written in a blank verse. Do you know what's the meaning of blank verse? Any poem does not have rhyming words or rhyme scheme is called blank verse. Is it clear? Our prescribed poem is written unrhymed Iambic Pentameter. Do you know what's the meaning of Iambic Pentameter? Any poem, each line has 10 syllables. That one is called Iambic Pentameter. Our prescribed poem, each line has 5 stressed syllables and 5 unstressed syllables. It is very long poem, 70 lines. It is divided into 3 sections. 1 to 33, Ulysses described about his unquenchable thirst for adventure. 33 to 44, he introduced his son Telemachus. Is it clear? He hand over all his authority to his son Telemachus. And 44 to 70, he called his companion to travel many other places, and implores them that their courageous days might not be over. Is it clear? Shall we move on to the poem line by line? Let's see the Ulysses vocabulary. Idle, not in action or at work. Hearth, an area near a fireplace extending into a room. Barren, providing no shelter or sustenance. Unequal, lacking the requisite qualities or resource to meet a task. Hoard, save a past for future use. Lees, the sediment from fermentation of an organic beverage. Scud, run or move very quickly or hastily. Vex, disturb especially by minor irritation. Purr, a person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Margin, the boundary line or area immediately inside the boundary. Burnish, polish and make shine. Eternal, continuing forever or indefinitely. Yearn, desire strongly or persistently. Discern, detect with the senses. Bound, the greatest possible degree of something. Scepter, a ceremonial or emblematic staff. Prudence, discretion in practical affairs. Rugged, very difficult, severely testing stamina or resolution. You put down by force or authority. Sphere, a particular environment or walk of life. Office, activities assigned to or expected of a person or a group. Port, where group and merchandise can enter or leave a country. A person who serves as a sailor. Toil, work hard. Unbecoming, not in keeping with accepted standards of what is proper. Strive, exert much effort or energy. Grow smaller. Smite, inflict a heavy blow on with the hand, a tool or a weapon. Furrow, a slight depression in the smoothness of a surface. Abide, dwell, heroic, having qualities appropriate for brave figures. Heal, giving as to influence or pressure. Ulysses by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Lord Tennyson was born on 6th August 1809 and he has died 6th October 1892. He was Poet Laureate of the United Kingdom and is one of the most popular English poets. Alfred Lord Tennyson is a poet, voice of Victorian age, poet of youth and energy, patriotism, influence of science and technology, use of myths, pictorial artist, giving respect of law and order, ideas on women, using of variety of verse. Let's see the poem Ulysses line by line. Ulysses was the speaker of this poem. In the first section, Ulysses reflects on his life. In Little Prophets, that an ideal king, by this still heart among these barren cracks. Little prophet means nothing gain. Ideal, lazy, king Ulysses. Ideal king means Ulysses himself to say he never to be like an ideal king. Still, here it is in a meaning is suggests lack of action. Hearth means it's in a fireplace. Among this barren means it's in a empty. Barren cracks means it's in a providing no shelter. So, he never to be sit like a ideal king around by the fire. Is it clear? So, matched with an aged wife. I met and dole unequal laws unto the savage race, that hard and sleep and feed and know not me. Matched partner with an aged wife. Aged wife, here to say, from this we came to know he was also an aged person. Who was an aged person? Ulysses. He did not like to sit with an aged wife. I met and dole. Met and dole means it's a given. That is an allotment to give to the people. Unequal laws. Punishment are unjust. Unto a savage race. Savage race, uncivilized people. His people, he himself to say he was a savage race. He never to give unequal laws to the savage race. That hard means it's a secret of money or any other things. Keep it secretly. Sleep and feed and know not me. That is, people, those who are here in island, they did not know about him. Whether he was in a sleep or feed, that much only they have to know. But they did not know about his achievement. They did not recognize his achievement. So, he did not live in an ideal person. Ideal king. Is it clear? Next. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. Here, drink life to the lees is an idioms. That means last drop of alcohols. But here its meaning is life to the fullest. He liked to drink life to the fullest. He desired to fulfill his life, not wasting like an ideal king. Is it clear? Next one. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. That is, repeated for emphasis. Ulysses is a man of extreme both. Enjoyed also is in a greatly and suffered also is in a greatly. He enjoyed both. He had a lot of good times and lot of bad times. Sometimes with his friends and sometimes alone. On shore, at sea, and when through scudding drifts, the rainy irids vexed the dim sea. Scudding drifts is in a storm, heavy storm. Irids is in a straws that brings rain. Vexed is in a trouble. Sometimes on the seashore and sometimes on the land. He was in a very much suffered or very much in a happy also. That is, he has enjoyed during his travel. Ulysses elaborate on the good times and bad times he has enjoyed during his travel. The toughest time also he liked to travel. I am become a name for always roaming with a hungry heart. His name everybody known because he has travelled many places. So he has become a name. Always now he was in a travel hungry heart. Hungry heart means he compared his desire to see as many places as he can. So he was travelled in many places with his friends and alone also. His name everybody known. Is it clear? Much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, council, government, myself not least, but honoured of them all, and drunk delight of battle with my peers. For on the ringing plains of windy Troy, much have I seen and known. He had known everybody, cities of men, and their manners, climates, councils, and government. myself not least. He was not treated like the least, but he was honored by everybody whom he had met. And drunk delight of battle, how much he was happy in battle with his companion. Pierce means his companion. Likewise, he travelled with his companion also very much happy. For on the ringing plains means armor, weapons clashing together in battle. Windy Troy means Trojan War took place. So apart from this, traveling, full contribution to the battle also. So that is traveling is another part. In a battle, when he was in a battle is another part. So both he has considered as same. How he was very much happy in a battle, likewise he was very much happy in travelled. I am a part of all that I have met, yet all experience is an art where through. Glimpse that untravelled world whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. How dull it is to pass, to make an end, to rest unburnished, not to shine in use. As though to breathe were life, life piled on life, were all too little and of one to me. Little remains, but every hour is saved. From that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things, and while it were, for some 3 suns to store and guard myself, and this grey spirit yearning in desire, to follow knowledge like a singing star, beyond the utmost bound of human thought. I am a part of all that I have met, yet all experience is an art where through. All the places he has seen are now a part of him. Ulysses left a part of himself everywhere he went. Another way, he did not belong in Ithaca. Yet all experience, he compared his life and experience to an arc. Never end. Arc means it's never end. Ending is not visible. So his experience and traveling is not yet over. Where through glimpse means it's in a shine. That untraveled world. Untraveled world means it's in a death. Another way is in a death, and another one is not at all travel some other places whose margin of him, whose margin fades forever and forever when I move. That is untraveled word is reference to the death. Is another way, that is experience make an arc covering the arc of the untraveled world. The more the margin or edges of the world are covered up. Next, how dull it is to pass, to make an end. How dull it is to be passed, to make an end, to rest unburnished, not to shine in use. So, that is, he compared himself to the metal. Unburnished means it's an unpolished metal. That is, the metal is not at all used in battle. So, suppose he did not travel any other places, he compared himself as a metal. So that is how that is metal is not at all used in battle. Likewise, his life also to be in a wasted. He himself thought like this. Is it clear? Not in shine in use. All are understood? How dull it is to pass, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. As though to breathe were life, life piled on life, were all too little and of one to me, little remains, but every hour is saved from the eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things. So, life piled life on life. Life piled means in a multiple lifetime would not be enough for him to do all things he wanted. Each additional hour, little remains, each additional hour that he lived, each hour that he was saved from death, bring him new experiences. Eternal, that is while means unpleasant. So eternal silence means death. Is it okay? Yeah, so that is each hour is very useful for him. For some 3 sons means 3 years to store. He had store everything in the odd. That is odd means secret. All those things kept it in a secret places. So he kept a places in 3 years. So he now did not. The people never bother about him to be travel in some other places. So he saved everything is stored myself and this grey spirit. Grey here it is mentioned is old age. Grey spirit of yearning. Yearning means longing, desire. Is up to his old age gets over. He wanted to be desired to travel places. Next. To follow knowledge like a singing star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. Singing star is like links the idea of travel and knowledge. Another meaning is singing star is a falling star. His knowledge he covered it in a singing star. So he never to be like in a singing star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. See, for example, he wanted to chase after knowledge and try to catch it as it sings like a star. On the other hand, Ulysses himself would be a singing star. I mean falling star. Is it clear all of you? Ulysses part 2, 34 to 43 lines. Ulysses continued the monologue by introducing his son Telemachus. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, whom I leave the sculpture and I, well loved of me, discerning to fulfill. This labor by slow prudence to make mild a rugged people and through soft degrees, subdue them to the useful and the good. Most blameless is he, centered in the sphere of common duties, decent not to fail. In offices of tenderness and pay, meet adoration to my household gods. When I am gone, he works his work, I mine. This is my son, mine own Telemachus, mine. Why he said this in a mine? Because he was very much possessive of his son Telemachus. That is why he told us mine own Telemachus, whom I leave the sculpture. Sculpture means symbolism of authority. And I, power. So his authority and power, everything he left his son Telemachus. Well loved of me, discerning to fulfill. That is, he was very much right judgment person. He was very much loved Telemachus. So well loved of him. So the Telemachus also loved him and then he also loved Telemachus. So well loved of me, discerning to fulfill. This labor by slow prudence. Prudence means it's in a wisdom. Slow prudence is in a very patiently. To make a mild, that is, to make the best decision for the people of Ithaca. He was very much patient and willing to make the best decision for the people of Ithaca. Rugged people, uncivilized people, soft degree, uncultured people. Subdue. Subdue means is an authority. Subdue them to the useful and the good. So, he was a very useful person for that uncivilized people and uncultured people. He was a most blameless is he. Blameless means no mistake. He never done any mistakes. He was centered in the sphere. Or sphere means is a very walk of life. So he was in his life never do any mistake, and that is why he was a correct person to judge the rugged people and soft degrees people. Of common duties, decent not to fail. Decent, here it is mentioned decent is, he was very much smart person. Who was a very smart person? Telemachus. Very much smart person, not to fail at doing the right things to the people. Is it clear, all of you? In offices offices means reign, tenderness and pay meet adoration to my household gods. That is, he would pay all respect to God. When I'm gone means is in a years. Ulysses was planning on going back to sea for some more adventure. Another way, he was thinking about his own death also. Is it clear? When he was gone, he works his works. I mine. He know that is his works, everything else. He had been taken. Who had been taken? Telemachus would be taken of his works. I mine. That is, I is in a Ulysses mind. Is it clear? Ulysses part 3, 44 to 70 lines. He described his travelling companions. There lies the port, the vessels puffs a sail. There bloom the dark broad seas, my mariners. Souls that have toiled and wrought and thought of with me, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the sunshine and opposed. Free arms, free foreheads, you and I are old age heart, yet is honor and is toil. Death closes all, but something ere the end. Some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strive with the gods. There lies the port. Port here it is the meaning is in a living place of Ithaca. That is, leave the country. He told us the ship was preparing to set a sail. There gloom means it's in a dark, so evening time. So my mariners is sailors. Rot means in a work hard. So in the evening time also they were is in a very much work hard to travel the other places. That ever with the frolic, they were very much cheerful. Frolic means cheerful. Welcome took. So they were very much cheerful to travel the other places. Thunder and the sunshine. Sunshine is in a good things. Thunder is in a bad. The bad and the good. That is, thunder and sunshine used here to mean something like bad times and good times. So, and they were opposed. The sailor opposed whatever came in their way. Is it in a bad or good? They were opposed. Free arts, happy. Foreheads, confident. So, they were very free arts and free foreheads. You and I are old. Here it says you is in a is mariners and I is in a Ulysses were old age hath means is in a has, yet is honor and his toil. So speaking of old age, Ulysses suggested that old people are respected. They also have some responsibilities. Is it clear? So then death closes all. So they were in an old age, the death is closed them all. But something here is in a before. But something near the end, some work of noble note may yet be done, not unbecoming men that strive with the gods. Strive means is in a struggle. So Ulysses has known that death would end everything, but he still believed he could do great things in his life. The light begins to twinkle from the rocks. Long day wanes, the slow moon climbs the deep. Moons round with many voices come, my friends. It's not too late to seek a newer world. Push off and sitting well in order smite. The sounding furrows for my purpose holds. To sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the will wash us down, it may be we shall touch the happy isles, and see the great Achilles whom we knew, though much is taken, much abides, and though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are one equal temper of heroic arts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Their lights begin to twinkle. So, begin to twinkle means it's in the evening time. So, the long days is in a daytime is in a over. So, night time is in a came. Veins. Veins means it's in a grow smaller. The long day is in a went smaller. The slow moon climbs. So, the moon climb up. So, it's in the evening time is came. It's in a night time is came. The deep moons. Moons means it's in a mourning of the people mourning of death around with many voices. In a night time is in a some other voice, the owl voices and also heard it, no? So that mourning voice around of them. Come my friends, he called his friends. It's not too late. It's in a late of him. It's in a old age. He considered this too late is in a old age to seek a newer world. To seek a newer world means new world. To travel to be a new world. Push off and sitting well in order smite. Smite means is in a strike. So the sounding furrows. Furrows means in a track made in the water by the ships. So purpose either destiny or he intended to sail as far as he could. Is it clear? To sail beyond the sunset and paths of all the western stars until I die. To sail beyond the sunset. Ulysses wanted to sail before the sunset. Really far away he wanted to be travelled of all the western stars until he died. It may be that curves will wash us down. It may be we shall touch the happy isles. Happy isles means refers to the island of blessed, a place where a big time Greek heroes of like and see the great Achilles, whom he knew, though much is taken, much abides, remain. Abides means remain. And though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are. That is, if he died when he was in a traveled, suppose he became in a old. So he his companion died also. He going to meet his friend Achilles. Already he died. He was in a Greek hero. Achilles and Ulysses met together in a Trojan war. So he supposes Ulysses and his companion died. He wanted to meet them, meet Achilles in a heaven. Is it clear? So that times we are in a heaven, and after that left the earth, they went to meet the Achilles in heaven. One equal temper of heroic arts, made weak by time and fate. So he and his sailor were old and did not have a lot of strength, become an old. So, but they still have they will to seek out and face challenges without giving up. Is it clear? That is to strive, to seek, to find, not to yield. Yield means give in. So not to yield means never to give up. So even though they become an old, they seek their traveling, they seek their experiences, never to leave it, never to give up. Is it clear? All are understood? Is it clear? I hope you understood this poem. Let's see the important lines. It may be we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we know. Happy isles means it's in a paradise. I mean it's in a heaven. Great Achilles was there. I mean already he died. In Trojan war, Achilles died. Suppose if when he was while he was in a traveling, died, he wanted to meet his friend Achilles. Already they have known. Clear? Though much is taken, much abides. We are not now strength, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. So he won't be beaten by what lies said. So he went on traveling up to his death over, up to he meet his death. Is it clear? Is Ulysses trying to motivate himself for the journey? Yes. Ulysses motivated himself. Clear? Motivated himself for the journey. Clear, all of you? Shall we move on to the figures of speech in Ulysses by Alfred Tennyson? Thunder and sunshine are metaphors. Thunder is compared to bad. Sunshine is compared to the good. So that one is called metaphor. So the good and bad is hidden. So that is called metaphor. It's clear. In the line, I cannot rest from travel, Tennyson employs oxymoron. See, rest opposite of travel. So oxymoron means opposite words lies in same line. That one is called oxymoron. Rest is opposite of travel. Clear? Singing star is a simile, referring to a knowledge which is infinite and impossible to obtain. Consonants. Consonant is a repetition of consonant sound in the same line. For example, the sound of N in this is my son, mine, own, Telemachus. N sound is repetition. So that one is called consonant. Assonance. Repetition of vowel sound. A. The long day, van. The slow moon climbs the deep. The vowel sound of A is repetition. That one is called assonance. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sound in the same line in quick succession. For example, the sound of F. Free arts, free foreheads. FF. So consonant repetition of consonant sound. So that one is called alliteration. Enjambment. It is defined as a thought in verse that does not come to an end at a line break. Instead, it rolls over to the next line. For example, and this grey spirit yearning in desire to follow knowledge like a singing star beyond that utmost bound of human thought. See, enjoyment is the verse does not come to an end at a line break. Instead, it rolls over to the next line also. It's continuation. So that one is called enjoyment. It's continuation. It's not yet over. Clear, all of you? That one is called enjoyment. Imagery. Imagery is used to make readers perceive things involving their five senses. For example, that thunder and sunshine and opposed. That hot and sleep and feed and no, not me. And to sail beyond the sunset and the birds. Everything is imaginary. Clear? Personification. Personification is to give human qualities to an inanimate object. For example, for always roaming with a hungry heart. Here the heart is personified as if it can experience hunger. That the heart never to be in a hunger. So here it is in a perseverance to make the heart make it as in a person. So that one is called a personification. Is it clear? Metaphor. Already I told that is in a object is hidden. It is a figure of speech is in which an implied comparison is made between different objects. For example, how dull it is to pass to make an end to rest unburnished. Unburnished is a tool of that is weapons, not to shine in use. Here the poet compared himself to a dull and lifeless surface, to the unburnished. Clear? Unburnished in a tools. Answer the following questions in a paragraph of about 100 words each. Write the answer and send it to your respective teachers. We have learned from this poem, jobs fill your pocket, but adventures fill your soul. Happiness is a choice, not a result. Nothing will make you happy until you choose to be happy. No person will make you happy until you decide to be happy. Your happiness will not come to you. It can only come from you. Is it clear? Thanks for watching. God bless you.